Yeah, I missed another game. So what? This is just the theme of this season. But Bruins friends, it is time to hug it out, because that is a 4-1 victory over the Utah Mammoth. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. Now this video obviously very late, very late for two reasons that I hope are pretty decent. Number one, mental health is still in the tank. Right now I'm at a nevertheless we persist sort of point at it, where just, despite the horrors, I'm still trying my best. And all that I have to say about that is take care of yourself. Like, for real. Take care of yourself. Like, we're getting into the part of the year where all of the stresses are piling up. Christmas is in a week. It's everything's piling up. No doubt about that. And on top of that, this is when people's seasonal depression starts to kick in. It's no doubt are you going to find something to blame yourself for that you're probably not supposed to blame yourself for. And I just want you to resist that urge to blame yourself. The last thing anybody needs at the end of 2025 is to lower their self-worth more than it already has. I think that we all have problems with it right now. So just be kind to yourself. Please. That's all that I ask. Just be kind to yourself. And second, the other reason why this video is going to be late is because I have been working pretty hard on the video essay. The Don Sweeney referendum. It is gearing up to be my longest video essay at over 25 minutes. And yes, I know that I had the Bruins offseason review go on for 30. This is the longest video essay about one particular topic. Besides that, this is going to be a long one, and I've been working pretty tirelessly at it. So that's gonna be a good one. Do not miss it. Promise you, you don't want to miss this. Now, while I was away, the Bruins managed to do two things. First of all, they did a couple of things. First of all, they had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad game against the Wild that I'm not going to cover because I legitimately had one of the worst pieces of news befall me that day, and I'm not going to go into that. I don't need to go into that. It's something I'm probably going to play close to my chest for a little bit. Whatever. Bad game made worse by terrible news. That's all you need to know. Beyond that awful game, Bruins did two things. They revealed the Stadium Series jerseys that they were going to be wearing against Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium in February. And they look awful. Like, legitimately, these might be the worst Bruins jerseys that I've seen in a while. And it's all just the coloring. I don't particularly mind the lack of detailing. It kind of feels a little bit more collegiate, like the third jerseys that they were wearing for the better part of the first half of the 2020s. That was all black with just the B. That I did like. This looks like garbage because it's all the coloring. You chose a way too bright shade of yellow. This does not look like the FFB8 1C gold that we use on every piece of Bruins apparel. This looks like Heinz yellow mustard. And if you are using Heinz yellow mustard, you need to find yourself a better condiment, because honey mustard exists, spicy brown mustard exists, deli mustard exists, Dijon mustard. If you are defaulting to yellow mustard, I don't know what to tell you. I truly, honestly do not know what to tell you. You're being stupid if you're defaulting to Heinz yellow mustard. And second of all, the Bruins signed off of waivers Vladislav Kolyachonov, a left-handed defenseman who is on the waiver wire, who, there's a reason why he was on the waiver wire. I know that some people have been trying to delude themselves into thinking that, oh, this is going to be a really good pickup because he's being so poised in media interviews. And I feel like trying to attribute on-ice poise to the off-ice poise is not... I don't know. That's not necessarily how things really go. Just because someone is a goofball on the ice doesn't mean that they're going to be a goofball off the ice. And because someone is serious off the ice doesn't mean that they're going to be serious on the ice. This is going to be someone that we look at for a few games just to see what we have. And besides, this isn't even address the actual problem with the Bruins. Left side of the defense, we're fine. We have Hampus Lindholm, we have Nikita Zadorov, we have Mason Lohrei. And I knowLohrei's pissed off a lot of people, but at the same time, like, that's a pretty decent that's a pretty decent left side of the defense. Right side, we are screwed. It's basically Charlie McAvoy, Andrew Peak, who is running himself out of this team, and whatever bum Don Sweeney decides to sign off the scrap heap, which some people might see Kolyachonov as, but who knows? He's a lefty. I don't. That's the basic thing of the game here. Now on to the actual game. Bruins had a little bit of trouble getting started, and it resulted in a Barrett Hayton goal pretty quickly on in the game. Thankfully, it was the fourth shot of the game, so this does not mean that we get another notch on Ty Anderson's list of goals scored on the first three shots of the game. Thank you for at least sticking out that much. But for the rest of the game, Bruins played really, really well. 2 goals from Geekie, one of which was a beautiful piece of work from the power play. A little bit of tic-tac-toe moves right in front of the net. Going from Geekie to Pastrnak to Elias Lindholm, back to Pastrnak. All setting up for a long pass across the ice from Pastrnak Geekie, who's kick your feet up, have a spot, why don't you open? And that's about when the Bruins get their momentum going. And the entire time, Liam O'Brien is trying to get this moment. He wants so badly to drop the gloves with the Bruins. And for what it's worth, this is something that he did earlier on this season. Like when the Bruins played in Utah, this was exactly what he did. And for what it's worth, he does get his just desserts in the back half of the third period. And it ends up with a series of events that I'm pretty sure traumatized Fraser Minten for life. Dude is just like, what the hell just happened? But overall, the Bruins end up getting their 20th win of the season. And we're in a very precarious position. 20 wins in just under 40 games. Where do you go from here? Everything is looking like the Bruins are overperforming to hell and back. Jeremy Swayman is one of the best goaltenders in the league, and that's good. You want him to be one of the best goaltenders in the league. You don't sign Jeremy Swayman for 8 years, $8.25 million per year for him to not be one of the best goaltenders in the league. But it's not just him. Zadorov is having one of the best defensive seasons he's had. Morgan Geekie is scoring at an unprecedented pace for not just him, but probably all Bruins since Phil Esposito. Geekie is scoring at an insane pace. Not Cam Neely 50 and 44 type, but you get my point. Geekie is having an insane start to the season. The Bruins everything is indicating that the Bruins are overperforming. So, here's the big question. Do you ride this momentum through Christmas break, through January, and through the Olympic break? Because you really need to make a decision within the week leading up to Christmas or by New Year's. At the very latest that you can make a decision on this team is the Stadium Series game in February. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is the absolute latest you need to make a decision about this team. I think right now the team has enough momentum to carry them into, at the very least, a 6-game series in the first round. And I don't particularly mind that. But you also have to understand that you are doing this very ahead of schedule. This team was not supposed to be this good until they got James Hagens in the lineup, until they got Dean Letourneau in the lineup, until they get Will Zellers in the lineup, Lysell, Patra, until they get the young guys in the lineup. And I think at some point soon, you have to make a decision as to whether or not you're going to put the young guys in the lineup. Right now, all this team has is futures. And I don't think that it's a particularly good idea to consistently keep your futures where you're not going to use them. So next time someone gets hurt on offense, it has to be Lysell coming up. I don't care. I truly, honestly don't care. You can tell me all you want about how little he gives a shit in the defensive zone. That's not why we drafted Fabian Lysell. We drafted Fabian Lysell to be a solid, to be a fast, strong competitor in the neutral and offensive zone. And especially in the neutral zone, because the Bruins, for the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, for the last decade and a half, one of their biggest problems has been the inability to solve neutral zone trap. And the way that you solve that is with blistering speed. And you're not going to get that with any other prospect right now that is as NHL ready as Fabian Lysell. For the love of God, you need to call him up. I don't give a shit how little he gives a shit in the defensive zone. If you picked up Fabian Lysell with the hopes that he becomes a Selke caliber with the hopes that he becomes a Selke caliber defensive forward, you need surgery to pull your head out of your ass. That is all that I have to say about that. What's the point in having all these futures if you're not going to use them? Like, you think back to the Eyssimont goal in this game, where he just absolutely goes from coast to coast, blinding every single Utah defenseman with his speed, and potting a backhander. The dude shows you that speed is what you need right now. Speed is what is going to actually make you competitive. For the momentum that this team has, you need to call up Lysell the next time someone gets injured. I'm not going to put Jeff VL in the lineup. I really, really don't want to put Jeff VL in the lineup because Jeff VL does next to nothing for this team. He does next to... He is literally just here for veteran grit and... for veteran grit. That is his entire thing. The good old North American truculence that Brian Burke would have killed his firstborn son for back in the 2010s. You don't want to be like Brian Burke. You want to be forward-thinking. And this right now, if you don't call up Lysell soon, you show to everybody how stuck in the past you are. Figure it out. And that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.